Word, heavy hip hop. What's good, y'all? Man, this is Dice Diggs, man. The host for the Heavy Hip Hop Head Show. Where you have the best source of raw hip hop, raw entertainment straight off the street, latest with all the news and issues that we speak about every other day. I think I had to switch my whole situation up, you know what I mean? Because the videos that I had put out already, I had to take them off because I didn't want to spook y'all out with the content that I came with right off the top because, that was the way I was feeling about it. And that is the way I feel about it. And this is what is going on in hip hop. But I'm going to switch it up and I'll get to that later. Because right now, like I tell y'all, I'm on ground zero with the show. But it definitely will get greater later. Trust me. And I want to get back and I want to stay on track with the essence and the culture of raw, heavy hip hop. Now, you know, everybody's online now. This is the digital age right now. And if you got talent, man, you got a good opportunity to uh, get your stuff heard, get your stuff seen with all the platforms of social media, which is a good thing for us. So I want to, as far as vinyl and CDs and man, that's out the box now. Everybody's strolling. You want to be part of that. You want to get in that lane because that reaches a lot of people in all over the world. So you need to take advantage of that if you're serious. People, now people making their own playlists. It's not really people not really popping CDs in the joint. They not really listening to the radio. They making their own playlists. You know, whether they go on YouTube and choose their own songs they want to hear. So you got to be a part of that. So they have to know about you. So this is the reason why I'm here on this segment, on this broadcast, to let you know, to tell you. You may already know this, but sometimes we need to be reminded. Man, you have to put in the work, man. You have to put in the work. You gotta have a mean grind, man. If you're doing this yourself, and I know brothers that are doing it themselves, so it can be done. It's just gonna take some work. It's gonna take some patience and some perseverance and some self-discipline. You understand? And this is what the show is all about, y'all. Inspiration, motivation, to be uplifted and educated. You can do your own promotion. You can do your own marketing and merchandising. You can do your own producing. You can do your own editing. You can do everything. But you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work, whether it's writing, whether it's laying it down in the booth. You understand? And the booth, don't get it twisted, because the studio is a very, very big part of a MC life. You got rappers and you got MCs, right? And a rapper is just someone who looks at it as a hobby. Oh yeah, they just rapping. That's nothing. But an MC is one who wants to make it. An MC is one who wants to have security, wants to get paid from their craft. An MC is serious about their talent. An MC puts in the work. He grinds. He grinds. And that's the key to it all. And I'm telling you, you have to just stack your songs. Just put in the work. Stack your songs so you can choose and you can decide on what you want something to be part of your project. You can have a 10-song project. If you got 50, 60 songs, that's nothing. So as long as you got the work, you can always do what you want. You can always organize the package together. If you have 50, 60, 100 songs already laid, you can't lose with that. But let me ask you a question though. right? Are you investing in your talent? See, this is important. This is what a MC does. This is what an MC does. And this doesn't matter if you're a rapper, if you're a singer, if you're a dancer, whatever it is. Are you investing in it? This is important. Are you investing in your craft? Because just because you nice or just because people know you, that doesn't mean that you're going to get on. Because you may have supporters or subscribers that may deal with you that you don't even know. Because your grind is so crazy and somehow it got to their eyes and it has gotten to their ears. Your grind have to be incredible. That's why when you see people and you hear them and you like, yo, I'm better than them. But they done got to your eyes and your ears because of their grind. See, it's 90% grind, 10% talent. Always remember that. And another question. How is your live show? How do you do live? Your performance. See, this is important because you may be good in the studio, but when it comes to live shows or doing it live or opening up or renting a building and throwing a showcase of your talent, you just standing there. You just standing there and you got a couple cats behind you that's coming behind you on your ad libs. It's more to it than that. You have to grind on that. You have to work on that. That's important. But the music is always the first ladder, always the first thing that you have to make sure that's right. Because if you got the music right, if the music is right, you're going to catch them. And once you catch them, you got them. You understand? This is important. You have to have range with your art as well. Sometimes you have to switch it up. The subject matter as well as the tempo. See, a lot of people, man, a lot of people, and this is not just inner city. I'm talking about even with established artists. They always have the same content. They're always talking about money, money, money. Thinking that because everybody is for the most part, people is chasing the money, that the subject matter has to be about money. But see, that can get boring if you got song after song after song after song just talking about money. And that's a rapper. See, a MC switches his subject matter up. And also, you have to have range with it. You have to let your song climb. See, first you got to like the song. And you got to break out of the cycle of just hearing the same type of music that you're putting out and get into a variety where you have range, where you can speak about anything. But you want to grab your viewers. You want to grab your audience. And this is important, man. Listen, let me tell you something. You have to take your talent serious. You have to. You have to take your talent serious. A lot of people just be like, oh yeah, I just be, it'll never happen for you. You have to take it serious. Because if you take it serious, you're going to be serious about it. I want to say one other thing. What you have to understand in your mind at all times, when you are in the booth, when you're on and you're writing your music and you're writing your songs and you're thinking about the beat, you always got to remember, even though you're within the inner city and you ain't established yet, you always have to have in your mind that you are in competition with what's being heard out here in the air, in the world. See, music travels with sound. Understand that. Which means that you can make a song and your song could be heard in Germany. Your song could be heard in Saudi Arabia. Just because you made it here, it could travel. It could move. It could go places if your grind is strong. So you always have in your mind that you're part of this box that's all these other artists are and established artists. So you have to understand you in competition with them because they're listening to stuff that's out. You know what I mean? And you got to have in your mind that you're part of that. Because if you just want to stay on the local level, you're going to be a local nigga. Remember that. That's how you win. And that's what we're here to do is win. You understand? We're not fuck a hobby. People be talking about, oh, I just do that, man, outside. Well, you wasting time. You in the way. You understand? Get on your grind. Stay on your grind and stack your songs up. Perfect it. Polish it. Be your worst critic. But you got to like it. It's got to touch you before it touch anybody else. So you got to be serious about it. And when I be hearing dudes, man, it's like they nice, but it ain't touching me. And they thinking that because of what they're saying, because everybody else is doing it, everybody else is on it. It don't pan out like that. It's just being heard, and that's it. You got to come with some substance. Because you got to understand, by you grinding yourself, by you doing everything yourself, it's going to be, the reward for it is going to be a whole lot greater when it comes. So you have to take it serious. You got to switch up the tempo. You got to have some slow, some medium, some fast, some club, whatever. You got to have different variety of music. So one of them will pop somewhere. You know, that you got to think like that, because now you are a walking corporation. You understand that? Remember that. This is Dice Diggs, man. And I represent the heavy hip hoppers all over the world. If you like raw music, if you're into the culture and the essence of hip hop, then you a heavy hip hop head. So let's rock. You understand? That's it, man. I just wanted to drop that on y'all because, a lot of brothers, man, I've been doing this a long time, man. You understand? And I see that it be a lot of brothers that have talent and they got skill, but they're not serious. You got to get serious with your craft. You have to always keep in mind that you are, by you being on, by these platforms being out here, you can be in the run-ins with all these major cats. But you have to have that in your mind when you're creating your song. And then once the song is done, that's when the real grind starts. Remember, it's 90% grind, 10% art. With that being said, don't let the hate get to you. You understand? Because if there is no hate, you ain't doing nothing. Heavy hip hop heads, y'all holler back.